Front end alignment. When you hear the words front end alignment, what comes to mind? Automobiles and potholes may be your first thought, but there are other four-wheel vehicles out there running over a lot more than potholes. ATVs and side-by-sides live hard lives, crawling over rocks, hauling loads, and crossing trails that no other man-made vehicle would dare. One of the most basic services these vehicles call for is the adjustment of the toe end of the front wheels. The Suzuki Eiger LTF 400 calls for this to be checked initially after 100 miles or only 1 month of use, and every 600 miles or 3 months for the rest of its operational life. Be it a Yamaha Banshee, a 50cc mini quad, or a big old Kawasaki Mule, this is a periodic maintenance item that is essentially the same no matter what the scale of the machine. Toe end specifically refers to the amount the front wheels are pigeon-toed. At axle level, the center of the front tires are closer in the front than in the back. Most ATVs and side-by-sides call for the front wheels to be slightly pigeon-toed to parallel. Keeping the toe in alignment and specification and adjusted correctly is important for performance, safety, and tire wear. If the front end of the vehicle is in a toe-out position or duck-footed, the tires will wear more rapidly and the vehicle will be inherently unstable. In addition, if the toe-in adjustment is in specification but has been improperly adjusted, it may put excess strain on the steering components. The first step in checking the toe-in is to check the tire pressure. Make sure the tire pressure is set correctly for all 4 tires. The air pressure in the front tires should be as close to the same as possible. Place the vehicle on a level surface and position the steering head straight. Be sure to check with an appropriate service manual to see if there is any extra specifics for the vehicle. For example, the Suzuki Eiger says that the vehicle should be weighted so as to simulate a rider. Make a chalk mark on the front center of each front tire at the height of the front axle. If available, set up a toe gauge so that the pointers line up with the chalk marks. Measure the distance between the front chalk marks. Record this measurement as A. Now rotate the front wheels 180 degrees so the marks remain at axle height, but they're now facing to the rear. Record the distance between the marks on the back side of the tires as B. Subtract the front measurement A from the rear measurement B to calculate the toe-in. If the number is negative, you have a toe-out condition. Compare your toe-in figure with the factory specification found in the vehicle's service manual. To adjust the toe-in, loosen the lock nuts on the tie rods. The outer tie rod lock nuts often have left-handed threads. Turn the tie rods with a wrench at the flats to change the toe-in. Be sure to evenly adjust the left and the right tie rods for proper alignment. Check with the service manual to see if there's any specifications for the length of the tie rods or the amount of threads that should be showing. If the tie rods are not adjusted according to the OEM specifications, the proper toe-in may be achieved, but the vehicle will not steer correctly and it could risk breaking a tie rod. When the adjustment is correct, hold the tie rod flats and tighten the lock nuts to specification against each side of the tie rod. Take a slow test ride to make sure the steering functions correctly.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to visit cyclopedia.com to learn more about our online manual.